Vanessa Bayer, the beloved actress and comedian, opened up about a fascinating and amusing chapter in her journey to fame during a recent podcast interview. On the Where Everybody Knows Your Name podcast with Ted Danson, Bayer, now 43, revealed the story behind her secretive approach to landing her iconic role on Saturday Night Live, SNL. While many stars revel in their successes and share them instantly with friends and family, Bayer's approach was much more cautious, even secretive. She told Danson that she kept her exciting news a secret for nearly a month, an effort driven by the stories she'd heard from her fellow castmates about the pitfalls of celebrating too early. Bayer recalled how she had moved from her hometown of Chicago to New York City to begin her journey with SNL. However, she was determined to keep her casting a secret for as long as possible, mainly because of the warnings she had received. It was crazy, she reflected. It was just a month of lying to everyone close to me. The pressure and secrecy weighed heavily on her, but she believed it was necessary to avoid the potential misfortune that could come from sharing the news too soon. The idea of keeping such monumental news a secret was certainly challenging, especially when Bayer was surrounded by loved ones eager to hear about her big break. Despite her desire to maintain confidentiality, her excitement for the opportunity was palpable, and the urge to tell her closest family members was strong. Eventually, she couldn't hold it in any longer and decided to share the secret with her parents. However, she made them swear to secrecy, asking them not to tell anyone else in the family, making sure that the news stayed within the immediate circle. The comedian went on to explain the reasoning behind her carefulness. She had heard countless horror stories from other SNL cast members about what can happen when actors share too much too soon. While nothing particularly tragic had ever come from early celebrations, the warning was clear. Don't tell people too early and definitely don't share the news with anyone outside of your tightest circle. According to Bayer, her Chicago-based agent was particularly firm on this point, urging her to keep the secret locked down. "You cannot tell a soul," was the advice she received. At the time, Vanessa Bayer took this advice to heart, and her parents adhered to her wishes. Despite the difficulty of keeping such thrilling news under wraps, Bayer's parents respected her request, and they too became part of the secret-keeping operation. However, as with any secret, things didn't remain quiet forever. Even though Bayer had asked for complete confidentiality, the news inevitably found its way out. Her relatives began calling her parents, asking if the rumors were true. "Is Vanessa going to be on Saturday Night Live?" they would ask. To keep the secret intact, Bayer's parents had to play along, skillfully deflecting the questions and maintaining the facade. Looking back, Bayer now finds humor in the whole situation, although she remembers how tough it was at the time to maintain the secrecy. It was a test of patience and willpower, but ultimately, it became one of those stories that she can laugh at now that it's behind her. The process of hiding the news from her family made her appreciate the value of keeping certain things private, at least for a little while. While it may have been stressful and challenging at the time, Bayer's secretive approach ensured that when the news did finally break, it was a moment of pure joy, and she didn't have to deal with the potential fallout that can sometimes come with sharing good news too soon. This story sheds light on the often overlooked pressures that come with being cast on a prestigious and widely recognized show like Saturday Night Live. Many people, from fans to fellow cast members, have strong opinions about what success looks like in Hollywood, and sometimes, those opinions can lead to unnecessary expectations or anxieties. For Bayer, the journey to SNL was one of excitement, but it was also filled with caution. The pressure of keeping a secret about a major career milestone wasn't easy, but it made the eventual revelation all the more special. By keeping her family in the dark, Bayer was able to avoid the pitfalls of premature celebrations, which in turn helped her maintain a sense of control over the process and timeline of her success. As an actress and comedian, Bayer's sense of humor is an essential part of her identity. Looking back on the situation with the benefit of time and distance, she has come to appreciate how absurd the secrecy was, but also how important it was for her peace of mind at the time. After all, entering a high-profile show like SNL is a big deal, and Bayer didn't want to risk the pressure of others' expectations getting in the way of her own experience and excitement. Despite the secrecy and the occasional moments of frustration, the outcome was well worth the wait. Bayer went on to become a beloved part of the SNL cast, endearing herself to viewers with her impeccable timing, unique characters, and genuine charm. Over the years, she has built an impressive career that extends far beyond her time on the iconic late-night sketch show. She's proven herself to be a talented actress and comedian, one who can bring humor and heart to both television and film. As for her family, they eventually got to celebrate her success in a much more public way, and though they may have had to lie to their extended family for a while, it's clear that the excitement of seeing their daughter achieve such a big career milestone was well worth it. Looking back at the entire experience, Bayer's perspective is filled with humor and gratitude, and she can now laugh about the anxiety and stress that came with keeping her SNL gig a secret for so long. It's a story that has become part of her unique path to stardom, one that she can share with fans and future generations of aspiring comedians who might one day face the same challenge of keeping big news under wraps.